Truth Lies Diana is a play that has been inspired by real events that took place not just 17 years ago, in fact events that have taken place in the last 2 or 3 years. My belief is that if Diana's inquest had been held in the last year or so, there would have been a totally different result, a totally different verdict. Because what's happened is that we've seen all sorts of things, from the Hillsborough inquest being overturned, Jimmy Savile, where all those witnesses were deemed to be unreliable and now they were telling the truth. Stephen Lawrence, when the mother of somebody who died felt that the police didn't investigate and then she was smeared. Oh, let's go Plebgate, let's go the Iraq dodgy dossier, let's go the current child abuse scandal, Edward Snowden, everything. Just think about all of that. It's changed the public perception of what the establishment tell them. So I play a character called Ray, who is really the centre of the story, that he's the one who does the investigation. And at the same time, it's his wife who he believes is lying to him, and suddenly everybody's lying to him.
I play this fascinating character called John Morgan, who is an ex-forensics accountant, Australian forensics accountant, who got struck down with this debilitating neurological disease. And so he's housebound in Brisbane now. And he's got nothing to do apart from, I think the trigger for him was the Paul Burrell letter that Diana was fearing she was going to get bumped off in a car crash. And he was given that letter and he sat on that letter. And then when that came out, that sort of triggered his sort of, his sort of interest in the piece. And as soon as he sort of started reading that, it opened up so many other doors. And then basically he's compiled 9 books with hard evidence and witness statements and documents and police reports and all sorts of things in 9 votes chronologically before the lead up to the crash and then the inquest afterwards. And basically I just uncovered all of this stuff over the last 11 years.
I'll start with, there are so many things that you think you know about. You think Henri Paul was drunk. Of course he was drunk. I don't think he was. Above anything else, anybody I've spoken to about this, and we actually show CCTV footage, which we've been given, of Henri Paul allegedly, not 3 times over the alcohol limit as he was at midnight, but at 10 p.m, he must have been 5 times over the alcohol limit. Do the math. And this is a man tying his shoelaces and walking around and talking to, going through a swing door, almost like Charlie Chaplin. All the stuff in the ambulance. We've got the actual transcript of what the ambulance doctor said to the hospital on record. And then all of a sudden, mysteriously, the last 37 minutes doesn't exist.
I think people should come and see the show if they have any kind of interest in what we're fed in the media and by the governments and things like that. And if they're slightly cynical about things that we're told, then you're going to get a lot out of this show, because you're going to get a few revelations sort of come out of this that are going to, they'll blow your mind. If you're like me, they'll blow your mind.
Why should you come? And if there's one reason above any other, because it's one of the few things you're going to see in the next 2 or 3 months, you're going to come and afterwards you're going to say, that changed my mind. And whether you already believe there was a conspiracy or you don't, there's so much stuff in this, you're going to say, that changed my mind, not only about what happens big time in the press and in government, but what happens in your own house too.